So I just got back from checking out the new Joker movie. First of all, I'll say that I'm not into scary movies and horror flicks. That is definitely something I stray away from. I do not enjoy those movies whatsoever. I still have haunting. I remember when I was young, I caught the movie The Leprechaun, and that movie just still, it messed me up. Like I don't know. No, but so I'm not into like really scary movies. It's too emotionally intense where I think that a lot of people that have really in tune with their feelings and things like that, scary horror movies to kind of excite that feeling type thing that you might not be able to be in touch with as much. I think that's why those people tend to go to those movies to get that kind of rise in feelings and emotions and things like that. But for me, it's so intense that I just like, no, I'm good. My feelings already do a good job of already exciting me enough. So the Joker, obviously, it's all over the internet. There's all kinds of reviews on it. Knowing and just seeing certain short clips of it and things like that, you obviously know it's somewhat of a dark type movie. It still intrigued me to go check it out. There was like kind of a draw to it to kind of see what's up with it, because it describes it as, it's not like a huge superhero movie. I check out the superhero movies and things like that, but I'm not like a big, huge superhero watching type person. I'll go to comedies and things like that over that any day of the week. But this one kind of describes it as like, it's the development of the Joker. And it really is that way. It's a very slow cinematic type film. It doesn't have a ton of action, or it wasn't some scary movie where I'm sitting up in my bed like biting my fingers tonight. It didn't leave that kind of effect on me. But it was a kind of a dark, psychotic type flavor to it. It just dives into personality development, how someone can reach that point. As we all know from the Batman movies and whatnot, we know Joker is a villain. And it just kind of lays out the path to how he became that way, I guess. And it's a different spin-off of it. It's definitely not tied to, it's based in Gotham City, and it does have riffs on Batman, but you don't see Batman flying around. It's definitely not a superhero movie. It's more of a personality development type thing, which that's where my natural curiosity came from. And Erik, Thor, most of you guys know him, and if not, I'll put his info in the description below. And but he made he watched the Joker. It was like last week, or it was recently, but he put out a video on it, and he ran like a poll of what personality type do you think the Joker was in the movie. And I enjoyed the video, but it was cool because a lot of people reached out and they put they put out their thoughts on it. And everything in this world of ours it's somewhat subjective. A lot of it's subjective. And it's how you look at it. Everyone's going to take pieces and see things that they relate to and see things they don't, and then they just assume they know, but it's all just how you take it. So it's all subjective, and that's the thing. There's multiple different things, but the poll he ran on that video, I think it was like 29% chose that they thought the Joker character was an INFP. So again, me watching that was also like, you know what, I'm gonna go check this movie out. It just gave me that little push to go kind of check it out. So thanks, Erik, for that. You see underlying tones of INFP, and there's a lot of things I did relate in there too. And it's not to say I'm just some crazy, like, whatever all the bad stuff he does, that's not what outwardly that I am capable of, or even, think down those dark roads. But there are times where my mind does go dark, and it's not inflicting harm on other people and things like that. That's not where my mind goes. But I do struggle with dark moments where it's just like I can be thinking of something very positive, and then 5 minutes later into my little thought, I'm like taking down dark road path. And I'm just like, how in the world did I get here? And then you got to snap out of it and just kind of come back and get it out as fast as you can. But I just think with how vibrant our mind can be, and just all the patterns that it can connect and do things like that, it has the ability to take us to different paths, happy, sad, dark, all these things. It creates all that. So, and that goes back to why I don't want to watch horror movies, because I don't need that, because my mind can go with the dark stuff, and I don't want to help my mind gather that information. It's like dot, 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 and then all of a sudden it's all bad again. So I do try to surround myself with positive things. And again, comedies really help me out. It's interesting because along with the depiction of the Joker being claimed to be an INFP, what I find interesting is that it said that Joaquin Phoenix, the actual actor, is in real life to be an INFP. And this is all based off the internet and the popular websites out there that claim these things. A lot of my, famous INFP videos that I got out there, there's criticism in there. This person's not this person's not this person's not this. It's all subjective.
This is not a news-based channel of factual information. I mean, I try to pitch out
factual stuff out there to, for helpful type things that I could find in books and things like that. But it's all subjective, you know what I mean? I didn't sit and have dinner with this person. I don't know Joaquin. I don't know the Joker. Me and him didn't have a nice cup of tea together and share like a couple pancakes. I didn't do that. So it's just seeing those little pieces of it, and it's just the mind of the director and the actors and things like that. But so it's interesting to me where The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, obviously, the two Jokers are not comparative at all, in my opinion. They're just completely two separate depictions. Heath Ledger's Joker was amazing, and then you got Joaquin Phoenix, which his version is completely different, and it's in its own right amazing with how he portrays it and things like that. So it's two different vibes. The two actors, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, are said in the internet world of who thinks the majority kind of depict them both as INFPs. And that's the fact that these two Jokers are getting high reviews, and this is such a great performance on both of their parts. It's for them both to be real life INFPs. I mean, that shows that a lot of it is acting and things like that, but for them to put themselves in the shoes of a dark-minded individual and portray it to where it's almost like it's not acting, it's just, it's very interesting to me to see that. And, picking INFPs for bad, crazy, dark, psychotic villains, that's interesting, but I can see where someone can be so in tune with who they are and their emotions and just really, being able to go down those paths and kind of it come out in the characters they're portraying. It's I don't know, it's pretty neat. So in this movie, it really, there's a lot of, he's bullied. There's people that he trusted that threw him under the bus. He stands up against the bullies. It's not. If you do harm on anybody in this life or whatever it is, obviously that's not okay. Absolutely not okay. But when it comes to certain things like that, if anyone in this world is like, if there's any kind of group or individual or whoever it is that if society as a whole and things like that are just really suppressing that person and just picking on that person because they're different and things like that, obviously that person, the thoughts in their mind are not going to be filled with positive, happy thoughts. It's not going to, and so if you have a mental illness and you're actually psychotic and you're taking all these prescription medicines and you're like clinically bad on top of being suppressed and being made fun of and people laughing at you and things like that, it creates a world inside your head of just, obviously you can assume that it could be very dark, and it's just, there's not a lot of positive you can reach from, even though, you might be making attempts to. If that's all you know, and you have a lot of abuse in your past, physical, mental, whatever it is, those things can kind of stay as a sidekick in your head. And a lot of that stuff through the movie, it's like, with the bullying and things like that, and just me, I have really a huge despise for anyone who bullies other people. To me, it's completely just not okay. Not okay. And that's where I can, sympathize with the Joker before he obviously starts going on his crazy Joker rampages and things like that. Like I said, it's a very slow movie. It's pretty cool how it's all filmed. It's like heavy cinematic. So yeah, I mean, I recommend checking it out. If you're looking for a huge action-packed superhero movie, this is not it. I will warn you right now, that's not what it is. It's like I said, it's very slow. I'm not just saying that this is some movie that every INFP has to see. It's not that. It's just, it's very interesting to me. If you're into all that psychology stuff and you do have, you know, if there's parts where you want to relate to some of that, like I said, early on of the Joker stuff, you can see a lot of that relatable type quantity that I related to. You could see a lot of that stuff and just, you know, get little pieces of that, which I commonly like to do, is relate to anybody, whether it's an actor or whatever. Yeah, so again, I recommend checking it out. Check out Erik Thor's channel if you haven't already seen him. He pumps out a ton of MBTI content, and just, you know, he does a lot of personality stuff. So if you don't know him, he's a big YouTube player, so he does a lot of content and just has a lot of stuff. He has his own website and things like that. So go check him out if you haven't already found him. That's all for this video. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.